Do a quick demo on the character. Mine's not a character, it's an apple, and I'm going to put it on a table environment. So that the specs say that your document, I'm just going to create a new document, um, should be about 8.5 by 11. I'm going to make it 11 wide by 8 tall, and set your resolution at decent resolution. Probably 150 would be fine. I'll start with a white background. Okay. All right. So there's my canvas. I have another image of. Um, let's take a look. It's of a table, and it's pretty large, pretty good size image. But once I open it, I'm going to just copy it. I'm going to select all like that and edit copy. Basically just copying that image and pasting it into my other document. Now you can see how much larger it is than my document, so I'm going to hold the shift key down and scale it to kind of fit that area. You can kind of see I get to have these little corner things that I can go in and adjust. I'm going to just keep scaling it till I kind of get it where I want it. About like that should work. Okay, so that's my background, my environment. You're going to put your character in. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close that. I don't need that anymore. Here's the apple I have now. I could get it and put it in the document, or I could paint it first. It's totally up to you how you do it, but you'll see that this is a sketch. And it's on one layer. Well, there's a couple ways you can select your sketch. You could use a pen tool and outline it, or redraw it, or if you needed to, you could get the paintbrush tool. Where is my paintbrush tool? Should be around here someplace. Hold on just a sec. Let me find it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's under the pencil tool. There's the brush tool. And you can use a pencil tool as well, but I'm going to create a new layer for this, and I'm using black, and right now my pencil tool is kind of set to 13 pixels, and I'm going to make it pretty hard, and you can kind of see what it looks like. It's a little too large, so let's set the pixel size down a little bit. Okay, and if you have a tablet or some type of drawing instrument that can help you do this a little better, you might want to use that. So, and I don't really like that, so I'm going to undo it, and I'll set my brush size down a little further. And you can take your time. You don't have to do it all at once. Just keep going. And, take your time to try to get it as smooth as possible. I'm not really taking my time, but and this might be the easier way for you to do it, but go in and just take your time, and you can always go in and add more detail if you want, or you could use the pen tool to draw those shapes as well, which that can really be a lot more accurate. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get the pen tool, and I'm going to draw the shape of the apple here. So I'll just start here using the pen tool. And you'll see what I do here in just a second. So let's just use a pen tool. If you have a character with lots of detail, you might want to use the paintbrush tool to do that, because that's a lot of detail. And kind of make it look sketchy. That's fine. This is a pretty easy shape, so I'm just going to use a pen tool to do this. So use a pen tool or paintbrush, whatever makes it more comfortable for you. Alright, so there's the shape of the body of the apple, and I'll just create a new layer. Alright, and I'm going to make the selection of the path because I want to put that stroke or that shape onto this layer. I don't want to put it on that layer because I need to paint underneath it. So I'm going to go to the paths and make the selection. Okay, actually what you can do is you can also do this. I'm going to set my stroke or my pencil tool. Come on. Pencil tool, and right now it's set to 6 pixels, which I'm going to take it down just a little bit. Okay, so right now my pencil is set to 3 pixels and I have a black foreground here. Basically what's going to happen is when I put a stroke on it, it's going to make it 3 pixels and it's going to make it black. Okay, so if you'll notice, I have this layer selected. I have that path right there. Okay, that's my work path. Where'd it go? Come back. Come back. Where'd it go? All right, let me. Photoshop's kind of bonking on me at the moment. All right, so I'm going to make a. I'm going to go here to stroke path. Now what that's going to do is going to stroke it with the pencil at 3 pixels. It's running really slow. And so I'm going to use the pencil to stroke it, and you can simulate the pressure. Basically what that can do will just kind of give it kind of, and you can kind of see that we have nodes there we can go in and work with as well. And if you notice back here, it's on its own layer. You see that right there. Okay, so we can go in and stroke that, and then I would put these shapes on separate layers as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this apple. All right, so I want to create a new layer for that, and I'm going to call it apple layer. And I'm going to just find a nice red color, something like that, and get the paintbrush tool, which is not there. I always get them mixed up. It should be, if you hold your mouse button down, it should be right there. And I'm going to set it up pretty good size. Yeah, about like that. And I'll just start painting. You might want to set a little smaller than that. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to try to stay within the line. And you'll notice that I'm painting on top of that right now. Okay, which is fine. Yeah, and I'm not doing a very good job, but we can go back, come back and fix that. So I'll just, yeah, okay. And then I'll bring that one layer up above it so it's stroked over the top. Now you're gonna have to start going in and cleaning this up, like use the eraser tool and go to, make sure you click on the correct layer there. And I'm gonna get me a smaller brush. But I don't know. Yeah, should work. For some reason Photoshop's going really slow. Wow, okay. Alright, so I'm just going to go in and start touching up the edges of my red. You might want to make it a harder brush. I don't know why Photoshop's going so slow. It's going really slow. So I'm going to make it really hard brush. That's going to give me it won't give me that soft outline. Okay, so you can kind of see, and you're going to have to do that for each shape. Put it on a separate layer, stroke it, paint it, and then paint underneath that layer. Okay, so that should help you with your character. Now, if you have a lot of detail, I would use paintbrush and just get in and use it like a pencil or paintbrush and do it that way. So I hope that helps. Okay. After you're done with this, then you're going to want to select it and then put it into the other document. Okay. Just draw outline shape or however, whatever makes you most comfortable. Before you do that, you might want to, I'm going to layer and I'm going to flatten the image so that all the layers merge together. You might want to save this as a different file so you always have your layered version. Go back. I'll call it Apple Flat. There we go. And if I step backward, I forgot to save this one. I'll just save that as Apple, just as regular Apple. And basically what that'll do is I'll have a layered version. And then let me open up my Apple Flat, and that's my flat version, and then I can go in and make the selection. I just use Magic Wand tool there to select the outline of it. Okay, you can kind of see it. I just use Magic Wand tool, selected the white, or you can do it this way. Select color range, select the white, but it's going to select some of the stuff inside. So the magic wand tool is probably going to work pretty good here. There we go. Now it's selecting all the white. I'm just going to select the inverse. Select inverse. So let's select the apple. Copy that and then go back. There it is. So you can get it in there and then put a drop shadow on it, or put a shadow on it to make it look more realistic. If it's your character, you may not need that, but so that's kind of how we're working with that today. So hopefully that helped you. Okay, there we go.